the session. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to F1 Tonight UK. And joining me in the commentary box this evening, as always, is Guido Buddha Erschen. Good evening, Guido.
Good evening.
How are we this evening in the fair Netherlands?
It's great outdoors. The sun is shining. We're still healthy.
Good.
We cannot complain.
Well, there you go then. Same here.
How are you doing? Yeah, you're doing good?
Not too bad. Feeling good. Looking forward to this race here at the Red Bull Ring. And, what a race we had last week. Wet conditions. It was certainly a challenging race. But let's have a look how it has affected the championship standings. So, leading the way for Red Bull is Dylan Platt on 159 championship points. In second place now is Sean Street, up 1 from 3 with 98 points. Down 1 to 3 is Phil Harris for Ferrari with 94 points. In fourth place is Lee Pratt. He's up 1 to 4 with 62. Josh Diggles is down 1 to 5. Ryan Lear up 2 to 6 for Haas. Chris Knight down 1 for Alfa Romeo. Jake Sorrell up 7 for Racing Point. Thomas Cook down 2 for Alfa Romeo. And Adrian Rich in 10th place is up 4 to P10. In the 11 is Ross Milburn. 12 is Tony Foster, down 3. Jack Wilson is down 3 as well to 13. Jamie Good is up 2 to 14. Callum White down 3 to 15. Matt Goodyear is down 3 to 16. Cameron Widdowson is in 17, stays where he was, as does Richard Williams for Toro Rosso, Ryan Doran for Haas, and Kyle Jackson for Mercedes. Guido, it's looking interesting, isn't it? Wow. I mean, obviously Dylan starting to pull out quite a commanding lead at this moment in time. But still very close, certainly for that P2 position between Sean Street and Phil Harris. But the midfield
is awesome.
So tight at this moment in time. And we can see drivers jumping all over the place every race. You know, we see these guys and, you know, the guys that are sort of 14, 15, 16, 17... and down, they have the ability to pull out a good result and then suddenly jump up the table, just as Jake Sorrell has done this week. And Adrian
just
Rich.
Like that. Yeah, well, exactly. It can all happen. These guys are so close, and the midfield is awesome to watch. Because I think we're going to have to watch that tonight. Because it's going to be wicked. These guys are going to have to fight for it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be one hell of a race. Very fast track as well. But let's have a look at how that has affected the team championships or the constructors championships. So leading the way are Red Bull on 181 constructors points. In second place are Ferrari on 156. Third are McLaren on 122. Fourth are Williams on 70. And fifth is Alfa Romeo on 69. In sixth is the Racing Point. 7, Renault. 8, Haas. 9, Toro Rosso. And bringing up the rear is Mercedes. Obviously, a lot tighter in this Constructors' Championship, Guido. Certainly in that top 3.
Yeah, a lot tighter, but not a real surprise there. The Red Bull is really picking up here.
Yeah.
And it's been standing there quite a while already.
Yeah, they have indeed. And, again, that midfield battle reflected there from Williams down to Haas.
Yeah, from the
Williams.
Williams.
Really tight. Even Toro Rosso still very much in the running there. So, yeah, it's looking really tight. And remember, we're on race 9, so nearly reaching the halfway point of the 21 races for this season 2. Okay, so let's have a look at the track. And, what a track it is. This is the Red Bull Ring. And, it's a very fast track, isn't it, Guido?
Very fast track, very short track. It's going up, it's going down. We got one hairpin. Yeah, I like the track, nice and fast and small,
Well,
and the potential to have all the drivers right beside each other. A lot of overtaking, a lot of fighting. Yeah, I think this could be one.
It is. Track length is 2.68 miles. Total race length is 190.42, and we're looking at 71 laps. 10 corners. Sector takes us round the first corner, the Niki Lauda curve, in memory of obviously the great Austrian driver, the only Austrian driver to have won his home Grand Prix. And that takes us just to past the left kink of turn 2, and then sector 2 starts just as you're coming up to turn 3, Remus. You've got 4 Schlossgold. Watch that very, very tricky corner. Round 5, 6 into Rauch. Down into 7, start the third sector into the Worth curve. Round 9, Rinse. That is a very high speed, high brake and turn. 10, the Red Bull Mobile corner, the final turn leading us down past the start-finish line. And DRS detection point, 3 DRSs. First is as you're coming up to turn 1, activates on the exit of 1, bringing you down to turn 3. The second is just before turn 3, activating on the exit, leading you down to turn 4. And the third and final DRS zone is as you're coming downhill round that turn 9 Rint, and that activates on the start finish straight. Speed trap there at the bottom as you're coming down towards turn 4. As you say, Guido, very fast track. 3 DRS sectors. I mean, is that overkill for this track, or do you think it's deserved?
No, you need this. This is awesome. This track goes so fast, and then when you go up the hill into the first hairpin, where the situation was with Verstappen and with Leclerc. If you make one mistake there, you're out. You're going wide. You lose your timing. It's going to be a nice one, I think. It's going to stay dry, so it's going to be fast.
Well, we're going to see. We're going to see how it goes. The guys are coming out on track. Those that had to disqualify themselves have done so. Guido, if you can run through the drivers and the disqualifications while we switch to the live broadcast.
Yes, we have 19 drivers today. Let's see, somebody is not running. That's Kyle Jackson. We have 4 backstart penalties. Jake Sorrell, Callum White, Thomas Cook and Phil Harris. And let's start with the drivers then. Lee Pratt, Phil Harris for Ferrari, Ross Milburn, and Jake Sorrell for Racing Point. Red Bull, Dylan Platt, Callum White. Williams, Cameron Widdowson, Josh Diggles. McLaren, Sean Street, Tony Foster. Alfa Romeo has Thomas Cook and Chris Knight. Haas is Ryan Leah and Ryan Doran. Mercedes, Kyle Jackson, who is not running. And then Matt Goodyear. For Toro Rosso, Jamie Good, and still the rookie driver, Richard Williams. And Renault, Jack Wilson and Adrian Stats Rich.
And we are actually on board with Adrian Rich on his outlap now, just coming down around turn 9, Schlossgold. Sorry, Rint, what I'm saying, Schlossgold is turn 4. Onto the start-finish straight, start his fast lap. So there he is. Let's get some info up. He's just coming around turn 3 now. Down towards the Schlossgold, turn 4. This is the one where it starts to get a little bit tricky, isn't it, Guido?
Yeah, don't go too wide, otherwise you'll lose it in that corner. Yeah. And this is also, shift back 2 gears, at least I would shift back to 2 gears, but the risk is that you get too much speed, you go to the side, and you have to push through.
Got to watch it as you're laying down the power out of 8, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, on the exit of 7 into 8.
This is a nice one. You really have to cut the corner to the right.
Rint, I love turn 9. And 10, the Red Bull Mobile as well. And that gives him a 105.453. Though very respectable there. And as you can see, 15 drivers. Some have obviously come out, and that's because of the penalties that they have incurred for not presenting their start clips. We are on board with Chris Knight now for Alfa Romeo. Let's see what he can do. Not looking too shabby. 105.4. Puts in provisional P4. Dylan Platt still in the pits. Not come out as yet. I just want to see actually what these guys are on. Most running on the soft. Josh Diggle's run on the hards. Yeah. That's interesting. He ran on the hards, a 106.4. Lee Pratt also, 106.6. Richard Williams also went on the hards, 107. Dylan Platt is on the hards, hasn't come out as yet.
Only one car has to fight for his position.
Okay, that's a bit of an odd one because Thomas Cook has actually set a lap. I was under the impression that he was suffering a backstart penalty.
Yeah, or I don't have my statistics right or my sources right, but he should be running in the back.
Report. So we'll check that out in due course. Just got a bit of weather report come in. Light cloud throughout all of qualification and race. So no rain predicted, but it will be dry. But light cloud, that's an interesting one. Chris Knight coming down round Schlossgold now. In the second sector coming round.
I'm just getting an update, and the penalty did not apply to Thomas Cook. That's why he was driving.
Okay.
So, thank you for that live update.
Thank you for that clarification there. Oh, Chris Knight getting a bit wobbly there. He was coming out of 8 on the straight. That was interesting. Don't know where he got that from. This has affected his overall time, certainly. Not the time that he was looking to set. He did set previous 105.4. Sorry, he did set a 105.4 there, did he? No. He's going to love me for that one.
We all love you.
We all, yeah. Dylan Platt still, Dylan Platt is now out on the track. So there is one place that will be relinquished here. So the 3 penalties, obviously they've been served. They'll be starting 17, 18 and 19. Jake Sorrell 17, Phil Harris for Ferrari 18 and Callum White for Red Bull in 19. P16 still to be decided, and that will be whoever is in the drop zone for this one. Going around one more time, set a 108. Clearly feels he can do better. He's got 5 minutes remaining, so he's got plenty of time if he wants to get onto a set of mediums or red walls. I suggest that if he doesn't do it on this, he'll probably go mediums. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, Guido. Guido, are you there?
Sorry, I was talking to you, but with my mic muted. Sorry, what was the question? It happens. It happens. Hasn't been the first time. It won't be the last.
Yeah, it does indeed. Dylan set a 108.0 on those hards. He's coming round now. This is looking a lot faster, I've got to say. He needs to get in that top 16. Yeah, 106.8. Oh, 108. No, it was. Oh, right. Okay.
It's invalidated.
Invalidated. It's got to go round again.
He's got 4 now. He's got almost 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's going round again. Just letting the Ferrari pass there. That's Lee Pratt just coming past him now. Remember, top 15 will go through into the Q2 session. So one driver will be lost. At this moment is Dylan Platt. But he did set a 106, so that would get him in And then it'll be Richard Williams, which would be the one that they have to watch out. He's currently in the pits, ready to go out on a set of softs. I would suspect he's probably going to be waiting till around about 1:30 just to be on the safe side. Make sure he's the last man across the line. We are on board with the Ferrari Lee Pratt at this moment in time.
All right.
Not looking too bad. I think it's going to be a 106 though. Oh, 107.
Dylan
109.
is picking up the pace here.
Yeah.
He's going for a fast lap.
Coming round the start. Finish now. This is the one.
Ooh, he's a bit twitchy, it looks like.
Very good time indeed, actually. .105.5 on the hard compound tyre. Wow. Yeah, that was a good run there from Dylan Platt. Has pushed Richard Williams into that drop zone. He is already out on track. Getting ready. Start that fast lap. And this is the one that counts now. So we are on board with Richard Williams, currently in the drop zone. He's got a better 106.4. He's got time. He's got at least another couple of runs. He's got this run, another one to go for it. And Cameron Widdowson is out on track as well. He's just coming around turn 3, so he's just ahead. So Cameron Widdowson, actually, he's going to have to go a bit blind because he's got Richard Williams behind him, so he's not going to know whether Richard Williams... He's going to know certainly the sectors, but he's not going to know in the overall time once he crosses that line.
Richard Williams has got an invalidated lap.
Okay. Coming down to turn 9 now. Into 10.
Yeah, good one.
107.7. Does not better his time. Richard Williams now coming down now. Does a 111. No, doesn't better his time either. As you say, he invalidated that, but he did a 111.
Ooh, that was close.
So these guys battling it out at this moment in time. Cameron Widdowson just coming out of 3 down towards turn 4, Schlossgold. Yeah, a lot neater than the previous turn, certainly. He's probably picked up some time there, I think. See as he comes into the 3rd sector. What is... Oh no, he's up... he's all down rather, 9/10. So he hasn't bettered that time. Richard Williams coming round now. Don't know if he bettered that sector time. Doesn't look like he has.
Ooh, it's going up. Oh, almost went wide there. A little bit slidey.
Yeah, he is, but he's going to better that time. Yes, he does. So he does better the time. Richard Williams gets through to 12th place in that Q1 session. And that does mean, unfortunately, that starting in P16 will be Cameron Widdowson in the Williams. So 16 will be Cameron Williams. Sorry, Cameron Widdowson in the Williams. In 17 will be Jake Sorrell in the Racing Point. Row 9 alongside him will be Phil Harris in the Ferrari. And in row 10, all on his lonesome, will be Callum White in the Red Bull. Through to the next session are Josh Diggles, Tony Foster, Dylan Platt, Richard Williams, Jamie Good, Jack Wilson, Adrian Rich, Ryan Doran, Ryan Lear, Thomas Cook, Lee Pratt, Dylan Platt, and Sean Street, Tony Foster. So all those drivers through into the Q2 session. And we are now about to get underway.
Easy, easy. You got all night. All night.
I know. Okay, so this is F1 Tonight UK Season 2, Round 9. And we are here at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria. Nothing to do with the director, at least I'm told anyway.
No.
No, definitely not.
It's just a mountain where they play Spielberg. Spielberg.
Interesting facts, this track has actually had 3 recognised, if you like, variations to it. Just see, Matt Goodyear, I believe, is the first man out on track. No, it's the Josh Diggles is the first man out on track. Let's stay with him. Getting a bit of heat into those tyres. He's gone out on the hard compound tyre. Okay, interesting. So, what was I saying? Oh, yes, about this track. Yes, sorry. Do apologise. It's actually founded Australian Grand Prix, 18 consecutive years from 1970 to 87. Then went to the A1 ring, 97 to 2003. Then it was a bit derelict, knocked down, was going to be rebuilt, never happened. And then good old Dietrich Maastricht jumped in from Red Bull and bought it and renamed it the Red Bull Ring. Opened it in May of 2011. It's been hosting the F1 Austrian Grand Prix since 2014. Yeah, you see, didn't know that, did you, Guido?
No. Where did you read that? Wikipedia?
You gotta love Wiki. Yeah, gotta love it. I do donate, so, you know, not a hell of a lot, but I do donate. Okay, so Josh Diggles now starting his fast lap. Let's see what the Williams drivers, the Rocket Williams driver can pull out of the bag. Certainly a fast driver, Guido, no doubt about that. Can be a bit affected by the red mist at times, but he does pull in some brave moves and at times some ill-thought moves. It's a bit of 50-50 sometimes, although I'd like to think he's pushing more towards 60-40.
Where'd you get those odds?
Lost it out of 4 there. He's certainly a fast driver. I mean, he can certainly perform. It's just he's not got the consistency at this moment in time.
I really have to say, I think all of these drivers in this league, the UK league, are really fast drivers, and they all have the quality to fight with each other. Yeah. And I think it's and it all comes. I think we've said this before, but it all comes down a bit to momentum. Yeah. And a rhythm. Yeah. And you got 3 races you're doing well, you got 3 races you don't, and it's just you have to be a friend to the track and you have to like the track. Yeah. Sometimes you just don't.
No, that's true. Opening gambits there. Jack Wilson just pipped fastest lap 105.8. Chris Knight in the Alfa Romeo 105.9. Josh Diggles set a 106.8. And Richard Williams set a 107.5. Now that's interesting because you've got all three tyre types there. Jack Wilson on the medium setting the fastest provisional lap. Chris Knight on the soft fastest compound tyre setting a 105. And then Dylan Platt, he's just come in with a 106.1. Josh Diggles and Richard Williams all on the hard compound tyres. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting Q2 session because we're going to be dropping 5 drivers here, Guido, and everyone's going out on the harder compound tyre, more or less, just to see how it goes. Chris Knight set that 105.9. I suspect that we're going to see, if the guys decide to go onto the Red Bull tyres, we could see somebody, certainly, I think, achieving the low 105s. But it's all a question of where these hard compound tyres come and where everyone else in the field comes, doesn't it?
Well, you got if you start the race, obviously in Q2 you start the race on the time you set with these tires, and you have to start with those tires. They got a huge and a long stint to drive, because I think the tires will...
Matt Goodyear, sorry, just caught that. Matt Goodyear setting the provisional fastest at 105.6 with that medium compound tyre. That is a good time there on the medium compound, gotta say.
So they're gonna run a full second off with the red tires. 104 low.
Haas of Ryan Lear coming round. This is looking a bit racy. 105.9 from Ryan Lear, sorry. Great run there for the Haas driver. Puts him in provisional P4 again on that medium compound tyre. You see the hard compound tyre guys coming, starting to drop down. And who was that? That was let's have a look. Lee Pratt, 106. Yeah, Lee Pratt set at 106.2. Adrian Rich set at 106.3. So everyone coming into the pits. Ross Milburn out on track at this moment in time, coming down to turn 9. Looking pretty good. That should be a 106. Lost it a little bit out of turn 9. Yeah, 106.2 from Ross Milburn. Tony Foster just coming out of the pits. Ryan Doran, Sean Street in the pits. Ryan Doran, only man on track, just coming into turn 5, 6. Into the Worth curve, 7 now, going uphill. Watch as you lay down the power into turn 8. His teammate just ahead of him there on the track, moving aside. It's going to be 106 as well, I would suspect. Yeah, 106.3. So Josh Diggle's coming round now. He's on an out lap. Let's see what he can do. Staying on the hard compound tyre. So Josh Diggles for Rocket Williams. Let's see what he does in this sector 1. Oh, he's invalidated it already. So he's invalidated that one. Jamie Good coming down round turn 4. Schlossgold into 5. Round 6. Into 7 now. Set of purple in the middle sector. This is looking good for the Toro Rosso here, Jamie Good. That's going to be a 105. Oh no, 106! 106.2! Lost it on those final corners there. Still puts him in the relatively safe zone at the moment. Drop zone at the moment is a 106.3 set by Ryan Doran. Josh Diggles set to 106.8. Richard Williams a 107.5. Josh Diggles just starting another fast run again on those hard compound tyres. Tony Foster is out. Sean Street, his teammate, is out just behind him. Actually, let's stay with the McLaren drivers. Are they looking to maybe get a toe off each other? I don't know there, or maybe have they already done so? This is not looking too shabby here from Tony Foster.
They're too
106.9. Sean Street coming over. He's starting his fast lap now. Let's go back to Josh Diggle, see where he is. He's just coming down around turn 6 now. Cut back to Sean Street. He should be. We should meet him more or less at the same point.
It looks like Tony Foster's waiting for him.
Oh, we've got 6 odd minutes remaining on this here. Not a fast run here from Josh Diggles. No, he's into the pits. Sean Street coming down to turn 4.
Oh no.
Oh, Schlossgold there, moving across. I don't know who that was actually moving across for him.
And Tony Foster moved across, but he was in a good spot to give him a toe.
Down now into the Worth curve. Purple in the middle sector there from Sean Street. See what he can pull out the bag. It's all in those final 2 corners. Can lose so much time. It's going to be a 10 high 104, 106.1. Oh, 105.6. Lovely run there. Lovely run from Sean Street in the McLaren. 105.6. That's on that medium compound tyre. So that drop point now is that 106.3 by Adrian Rich. Or Adrian Rich in the danger zone. He's really gone on to the soft compound tyres. Ryan Doran out on track at this moment. He's just set a purple middle sector in the Haas. Let's see if he can close this lap. Down. Get under the Adrian Rich. Maybe even Jamie Good needs to be a 106.1 if he can. Oh, look at that. 106.1 it is. Puts him into P6. That's now dropped Adrian Rich into the drop point and Jamie Good into the danger zone there with that 106.2. This could be anyone's because we've got Lee Pratt there. Well, Dylan Platt set a 106.1, Lee Pratt 106.2, Ross Milburn 106.2, Jamie Good 106.2. So it's very tight there, isn't it, Guido?
It is. It's tight and tense, and it's still not done. So they're going to switch tires now?
I don't know. Dylan Platt is in the pits. He's putting a fresh set of mediums on. Lee Pratt is out on track now on a set of mediums, as is Ross Milburn. So we'll go with Lee Pratt, see what he does here in this QT session. Remember, whatever the drivers qualify on, the tyre they qualify their fastest lap to get in that top 10 will be the tyre they start the race with. The guys that are dropped, so from P11 down to 14 in this instance, they will have a free choice of tyre, but the top 10 guys will have to start the race on the tyre they set their fastest lap with. So it's very important here, and you can see a lot of drivers going onto the medium, so they're trying to start with as hard a compound as they possibly can, aren't they, Guido?
Yeah, make a longer stint. And will they do double medium and then soft compound after that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, this track has always historically been a fast track, and it's always impacted on the tyres as any fast track does. So this is one of those tracks where, if you can, you want to go onto the hardest compound you possibly can, but it's not looking possible at this moment in time. So Lee Pratt getting ready to release the Ferrari horses. Let's see what he can do. Into Nicky Lauda curve out, accelerating all the way down. DRS open down to, up to rather, turn 3 Remus. Another DRS spurt now. Back wing opening up. Coming down to turn 4. Schosgold. Watch the exit, wind it up. Come around 5. Down into the left-hand 6 of Raunch. It's a raunchy corner. Round turn 7 up the Worth curve. It's Worth staying on the left there. Round turn 8, accelerating all the way down now to turn 9. Rint, downhill, hard brake, accelerate. Into the final Red Bull Mobile, turn 10. Onto the straight. What does he do? 106.0 puts him into P7.
P7.
So everybody coming out of the pits now.
Right,
both Hasses coming out. Dylan's coming down to turn 9 now. He's on the medium tyre, needs to beat a 106.1. I think he will comfortably beat that. A 105.0. Good. Oh, God. I said we were going to see low 105s. We've already seen Chris Knight set a 104.6. That was on the soft compound tyre, but a 105.0 from Dylan Platt there. Great run. Let's have a look. Adrian Rich, 105.7 on the softs. Lee Pratt coming round again. Ryan Doran on an outlap. Josh Diggles setting the fastest middle sector. Coming down now into turn 9. Let's see what the Rocket Williams driver can do. Oh, it's going to be a 106. Oh, 105.8. Oh, just sneaks in there. Adrian Rich coming round turn 4 into 5 now. Dylan Platt just in behind him. I think he's just going to stay behind him. Go, yeah, he's going to. Yeah, he's going to wait.
I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to go in.
I don't know. I think he might go out for a final one if he's got time. Adrian Rich coming down into turn 9 now. Not a good lap from him. He's going to have to go for it again. Oh, he's into the pits. As is Dylan. You're right, Guido.
P6, yeah.
Ryan Lear is out on track at this moment. He's down 2 tenths. Or rather, sorry, up 2 tenths. I can always get it. Up 5 tenths now as he comes into sector 3. Ryan Lear now in the Haas. Purple in that middle sector. I think that's just been beaten by his teammate. No, it hasn't. Ryan Lear coming down now.
Oh! Lee Pratt's going up.
Josh Diggle's got in there. Ryan Lear jumps up into P2. 104.9.
Nice.
Nice one there. Josh Diggles. Well, he's still not safe. Jamie Good's coming round. And he's Richard Williams. They're both the Toro Rossos. Let's go with Jamie Good.
Ooh, looks like a little.
This could be it. He's certainly going to push Ryan Doran down. Yes. Oh, look at that. They both got to do it. Oh, goodness me. Ryan Doran and Josh Diggles then get pushed out on this Q session. We will confirm that at the end here. But wow, what a result that was, Guido.
This is what you want to see.
Yeah, indeed. Look at that.
Fighting till the end of the round. Yeah.
Ryan Lear stays, or no, he gets dropped. Does he? No, he's in P10. Never mind. We'll see what happens there. Ryan Lear, Josh Diggles gets dropped to P11. Ryan Doran for Haas is in 12. In row 7, P13 would be Richard Williams in the Toro Rosso, and alongside him will be Tony Foster in the McLaren. So big surprise there. Row 6 will be Ryan Doran P12 for Haas, and Josh Diggles for Williams in P11. Through are Ryan Lear, Jack Wilson, Lee Pratt, Adrian Rich, Jamie Good, Sean Street, Matt Goodyear, Ross Milburn, Dylan Platt and Chris Knight. And I did that just in time.
You made me nervous about that. Lose my breath. I was thinking he's not going to make that.
Oh, I can. Okay, so this is really going to be very, very interesting indeed. And Guido, I don't know if it's a light cloud, but it looks to me like it's brightened up somewhat for this Q3 session.
Yeah, it should be. It is. The sun is shining. The shadows on the tarmac over there. Hey, what more do you want?
What more do you want, indeed? Okay, so everyone should be on the soft compound tyre. Yep, they are. No great surprise there. It looks like, is it Adrian Rich coming out first?
Yeah. The Ferrari and the Mercedes. Am I looking at this right? Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to switch to him at some point.
Yeah, it's not. That's weird.
Okay, what's happening?
Okay. Cold Masters.
Okay, let's go to a different driver. Okay, there we go.
I'll keep an eye on Adrian because
I
can't get.
It's showing us him still in the pits.
Car.
It's his teammate Jack Wilson that is actually out on track. That's why,
because
he's still in the pits. You were telling me a lie, Guido. You were telling me a lie.
Oh yeah, that's my fault now.
It's your fault.
Come on.
Honestly, Adrian Rich is the first man out. Yeah, of course he is. Yellow car, it's a red. It's got to be Adrian Rich. No, it was Jack Wilson, Jack. His teammate.
Sorry, Jack. Well,
dearie me, what are we on? And whatever it is, pass it around. Yeah.
So, well, there you go.
Opening up is Jack Wilson for
Jack
Renault.
Wilson in the Renault. Yeah.
Let's see what he can do. He is closely followed. I think that is it Lee Pratt? Yes, it is Lee Pratt. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. So, Guido, who are you going to call for pole?
Ross.
Ross Milburn. Okay.
Got something different.
Yeah, I'll tell you what would be different if I could find a pen that worked in this house.
Why'd you need a pen? To write it down?
Yeah, I need to write it down. You write it down. You got a pen. So you're going for Ross Milburn for pole. I am going to go for Chris Knight.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go Chris Knight for pole. And for the win, Guido?
Oh, God. I'm just looking for a piece of paper now. You don't have a pen. I don't have a piece of paper.
What you like? Tell you what, I'll give you the piece of paper if you pass me the pen. How about that?
What'd you say? Chris Knight?
Chris Knight. For the win. For pole, sorry. For pole. Chris Knight for pole. Chris Knight for pole. But for the win?
Lee Pratt.
Lee Pratt. Okay, I'm going to go for Sean Street.
Ooh.
So, we've called it.
I'm going to say 1 safety car, 1 VSC.
No, I'm going to go 2 safety cars and 2 VSCs. Sean Street comes across. Doesn't set a time, did invalidate, but it was a 104. Everyone's really pushing. Matt Goodyear coming down around now. He's into the pits. Chris Knight is on an outlap. Dylan Platt coming round. He's into the pits. Ross Milburn coming out of 5 for the racing point. And everyone's trying to. They're really pushing it hard, Guido. They're not getting there. I'm wondering if they're not running a too sort of tighter setup, so that actually the Red Wall tyres aren't really. They don't have the control. But Ross Milburn sets a 104.5. Yes! Look at that, 104.5. Lee Pratt set a 104.6. Jack Wilson opened up with a 105.0, remember. So 104.6 from Lee Pratt in the Ferrari. Ross Milburn with that 104.510. Chris Knight is out on track at this moment in time. Let's see what he can do, the Alfa Romeo driver. He's currently sitting in P7 in the Drivers' Championship. Certainly put up good performance, I think, so far this season. I think both the Alphas have, really, haven't they? But they've suffered with penalties and maybe, I don't know. They need to get it. They need to gel a little bit, I think, there. But certainly quality drivers, aren't they, in the Alfa Romeo team?
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. Yeah, that's what we're saying. All these drivers in this league they're very good drivers, and obviously some as well. One is somewhat more aggressive than the other one.
Yeah.
And that's just his driving style.
It is. 1:10. Not what he wanted to do there, that's for sure. He's going to stay out. Number of drivers out on outlaps. Adrian Richards coming around there. Dylan Platt's coming round. Matt Goodyear. Let's go with Dylan Platt, actually. He'll be the first man across the line. See what he can do.
I have to say this, we were talking about who's going to get who and who's going to get what, and the YouTube is going nuts because everybody's trying to predict who's going to get what, and we got all the safety cars, and we got DOTD, and
let's just run through it. We got time. Let's just run through it, Guido.
All right. Jonathan is saying that Lee Pratt's going to get pole and Dylan Platt's going to win. Terry Card says Sean Street for pole, Chris Knight for win.
Sean Street, yeah, I wouldn't. That'd be an interesting one.
Even Phil is saying he's going to be P1 at lap 1, turn 3. Wow,
that's going to be interesting, Phil. I'd like to see that one.
That's a good one.
Unless you fitted nitrous to that car, I'd be interested to see how that happens. Dylan coming round now. This is looking very... Oh, and he lost it on the final corner. Penultimate corner. He lost it out of 9. Still did a 104.9, but I'll tell you what, I reckon he would have done a 104.2 or 104.1 had he not just gone onto the rough out of 9 there, and he knows it too. Wow. Jack Wilson, Adrian Rich, set 105.2. Jack Wilson out on track again. Chris Knight coming round, Lee Pratt in the pits. Let's have a look who we got. I think it's Sean Street. Do have Chris Knight coming down between, but he's into the pits. Yeah, I thought he would be. Sean Street coming round 6, 7, 8. Down towards Rint now. He's into the pits. Matt Goodyear out on track. Oh, he's down 2 seconds. Dylan Platt into the pits. Adrian Rich out on track, just coming down towards turn 9 now. No, he's going to be going again.
Yeah, he's going to say, oh.
Let's see what he can do.
Oh, it's a bit wide.
Yeah.
And no grip.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy with that one. Everyone in the pit's got 3 minutes remaining. Now, at this moment in time, we've got Ross Milburn in that P1 position. Alongside him, Matt Goodyear in the Mercedes. Lee Pratt for Ferrari is in 3. Chris Knight for Alfa Romeo is in 4. Dylan Platt for Red Bull is 5. Jack Wilson for Renault is 6. 7 is his teammate, Adrian Rich. Jamie Good for Toro Rosso is 8. And Sean Street, 9. Sean Street leading the pack out, and that's Sean Street. He's followed by Jack Wilson, and then it looks like Ross Milburn.
Adrian has come in. Is he going to try again? He probably won't make that.
Well, 2 minutes. I don't know. He can do.
Yeah, he can. No, on 4. No, I don't think you're going to make that. You're not going to make that.
So, Sean Street followed by Jack Wilson.
Oh.
Followed by Matt Goodyear.
Sander Hermans is predicting that Dylan Platt's going to DNF before lap 20. That's a different one. That's a different statement.
You never know. Maybe he's got that crystal ball out. So Sean Street coming over the line. Start his fast lap now. He's followed by Jack Wilson and Matt Goodyear. So we'll stay with those guys at the moment. You can see Lee Pratt just ahead of them on the track as they're coming around turn 2 up towards turn 3. Lee moving across, obviously these guys on their fast laps. DRS, boom. There you go. Boom, in the room. Open that DRS. Into turn 4, Schlossgold. Nice one there. Round 5. Down to Raunch now. And then uphill, Roundworth. Into 8. Foot firmly planted. Getting ready to do that hard brake. Decelerate, accelerate. Nicely done there. And this is looking good time here for Sean Street. 104.6. Very nice indeed. Let's have a look. Jack Wilson coming round. Doesn't better his time. Chris Knight. He's dropped back a bit there. Looking good. This is looking good time. This is looking very good time. This is in the 104 territory. 104.2 puts him second place at this moment in time. Dylan Platt will not make it. He cannot go round, but he does look, and he takes it at the first place. What a run, a 103.955, Guido. 103.955.
I think I said 140 or something like that, but it's a 103.
That is absolutely phenomenal. Ross Milburn, second, 104.2. Chris Knight, third, 104.2. Matt Goodyear will be in P4, row 2. In row 3, P5 will be Lee Pratt. Alongside him will be the McLaren of Sean Street. Row 4, P7 will be Jack Wilson. Alongside him will be his teammate of Adrian Rich. And in row 5, P9 will be... Oh no, sorry, Jamie Good comes across the line, gets P7. He'll actually be in row 4, P7, alongside Jack Wilson, and Adrian Rich will be in P9. But look at that, Dylan Platt grabs the pole, Ross Milburn second, Chris Knight third. Not too far out.
No.
But that is absolutely phenomenal. What a run there. What a run indeed. Well, that was certainly something, but Guido, a 103.955. Correct me if I'm wrong from that beautiful stat information you gave me. The fastest lap last season in Q3 season 1 was Callum White with a 104.3.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's like 4 tenths, but 5 tenths out of that basically. That's an amazing run. It was a 104.3 was a great run, but 103.9 phenomenal.
That is phenomenal. Well, we said before, it's awesome. Awesome to see him drive and see him get times like this.
You know, but the thing is, you know, he pushes the other guys as well. I mean, we see it mirrored in the real world of F1. You know, Hamilton dominating, obviously, year after year. A bit of a hiccup in between, but and everyone's saying, you know, we can't touch this guy, we can't touch this guy. But the reality is you can. You just got to put as much work as they put into it.
Ross Milburn has got 10 position. Has got 2 penalties. 10. It's showing that it's got.
Don't worry. It's got 2 penalties, but
so it's going to be
10
back
positions
in the 10th.
I think he will.
Place,
he might be. Well, he might end up in 12th place. So we're going to see a change on this. Dylan Platt does stay in P1. Chris Knight will potentially move up to 2. Matt Goodyear up to 3. Lee Pratt up to 4, etc., etc. So we are going to see a revised table, effectively. Okay, that's going to be interesting.
I'm just wondering if that penalty occurred because they hit each other after the time, because then it's going to be a fault of the Codemasters. And we've seen it before. You know, if you go out on the last run, you keep your car to the last minute, they can collide. It just gives you penalties, and this is so frustrating. Well,
yeah, no, I totally agree with you, Guido. It is.
Can't do anything about it.
Right, okay, so we've got a little bit of a break now. The guys are just going to do their necessaries before the start of the race, and that gives us an opportunity to have a little bit of a focus. So we saw Dylan Platt setting the fastest lap. We didn't actually go on board with him. So what I'd like to do now is actually do that and go on board with him for his fast lap that he set prior to this meeting this evening. So let's go with that. So coming down into turn 9, Rint, round 10, Red Bull Mobile, getting himself set up, down the start-finish straight, DRS wide open, into the first right-hander, Niki Lauda curve. Nice straight exit. Get the car lined up. You've got that sort of kink of turn 2. You can just see it up ahead of you now. Stay in as close as you can to that. Keep moving to a minute. Coming down to turn 3, or up rather, turn Remus. Hard brake right. Watch your acceleration as you come out so you don't spin. Hit the DRS point. Open it up. Get ready to line up straight for the entrance into turn 4, Schlossgold. Down into turn, look at that, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, accelerating round 5. Now into turn 6, dropping downhill, launch. Watch your exit, don't ride the rumble too hard. Uphill now, round the Worth curve. Watch 8, accelerate. down to 9, hard brake, really cut in on that right-hand side, accelerate, and again hard brake, ride it round, drop the hammer, and there you have it. That was an interesting run, wasn't it, Guido?
Was it? What was the time? No, it didn't say the time.
No, it
right?
didn't have the time. We don't set the time on those. It's just to show.
No, it's just to show the run of the track.
The run of the track and how it works. But I mean, certainly great. I mean, Dylan Platt. Let's have a look at some info on him. 29th Grand Prix, 15 wins, 17 poles, 24 podiums, including 18 last season. Currently on a 5-pole win streak. And lapped second place twice in Monaco on 2 separate occasions in Season 1 and Season 2. Clearly not his favourite track, but some great stats there, aren't there?
Well, he's doing okay for not being his favourite track.
Yeah, I mean, he's accumulated so far 556 points total. His last season, he finished on 398 points in first place, and obviously currently on 159 points. His overall objective is to be in that top 3, and he certainly has done that. No driver has had 5 wins or 5 poles in a row. Dylan has both together. I mean, that is pretty amazing. It's got to be said.
It is. He's an exceptional driver, as we said before.
Yeah, definitely. So that's a little bit of a focus on our Dylan Platt there. But his teammate, Callum Wyatt, also very competent driver, but he's just going to see 23 Grand Prix, 2 poles. His last one was actually in Season 1 of Austria. 7 podiums, finished second 4 times, never won, not scored points since Azerbaijan. He's had 81 points this time last season. Now he has 22. That is a reflection on Season 1 and Season 2 for him, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and well, obviously the stats doesn't really reflect on the feeling he has right now, but it could always be better, and good. It's just a competent driver.
He is a great driver. I mean, look, last season he finished 4th in Season 1, 122 points.
It's awesome.
And currently sitting in 15. When I've said it before, he looks to Phil Harris as his main rival. Obviously, his teammates Dylan, hard act to follow. And we see it reflected in the real world. I was talking about Hamilton. Same sort of thing. But he has the ability, but he just hasn't quite got it together. Maybe tonight here in Austria, he's suffering a penalty, but maybe he's going to get that opportunity to actually, bring it out and show us what the driver that he is. Yeah,
well, I think it just a track like this could show that, because it's a short track, and you got the traffic lining up for you. Even if you, especially when you're a faster driver, and it could make for some spectacular images on screen. So let's hope he gets into a lot of fights and works his way through, battles his way through. Gets the elbows outside and. I don't know. Let's hope so.
Sorry, I've just gone quiet there. The guys are now lining up on the grid. So let's get with the drivers. So leading the way in P1 is Dylan Platt. In second place is Chris Knight. He'll be alongside him in the Alfa Romeo. Matt Goodyear for Mercedes is in P3. P4 is the Ferrari of Lee Pratt. P5 is the McLaren of Sean Street. Jamie Good for Toro Rosso is in P6. P7 is Jack Wilson for Renault. They have actually dropped, because Adrian Rich is now in P8. Ryan Lear for Haas is in P9. Josh Diggles for Williams is in P10. Ryan Doran for Haas is in P11. P12 is Ross Milburn indeed. So, he did get dropped down to P12. Richard Williams for Toro Rosso is in 13. Tony Foster for McLaren is in 15. 4 is 14. 15 is Cameron Wilson for Rocket Williams. 16 is Jake Sorrell for Racing Point. 17, very much out of place there, is Phil Harris.
Yeah.
18, alongside him is Callum White. Well, just behind him actually is Callum White in the Red Bull. Alongside him actually, sorry, yeah. And in 19 will be Thomas Cook in the Alfa Romeo. So this is going to be very interesting indeed to see how this pans out, Guido.
All right, let's sit up straight. Let's look at the screen.
So, just to remind you, in case you'd forgotten, this is F1 Tonight UK. We are here in Austria for Season 2, Round 9 of the F1 Tonight UK Championship. The lights are coming on and we are off for the start of this F1 Tonight Austrian Grand Prix. Dylan Platt leading the way, but look at this. Lee Pratt moving up, Jamie Good moving up, Chris Knight drops down one, Chris Knight, oh, real fight there going there between Chris Knight and Matt Goodyear. Up one goes Jamie Good, Sean Street is up one, down two goes Lee Pratt. Oh my goodness me, watching them come around there, turn two. Look at the Ferrari there of Lee Pratt, really in difficulties now, getting sandwiched as they're coming round turn 3 now. Look at the cars all behind, line astern there, but Chris Knight stays in 2, Matt Goodyear stays in 3, Sean Street goes up 1 to 4, as does Jamie Good go up 1 to 5, Jack Wilson as well, Lee Pratt has dropped down 3, so he's left those 3 drivers past him. That is not a good start to this race for the Ferrari driver, but look at this now, everyone pushing. Guido, what do you think of that opening?
It's spectacular because there's still I think there's still all in one piece. And something's going on the straight.
Josh Diggles coming round there, ploughing his way through the field.
Unbelievable.
Fighting now alongside Jack Wilson, and he gets past him. So Josh Diggles gets past Jack Wilson.
Actually,
moves up into P6.
Cameron Wilson and Tony Foster in the pits, so they did touch. They're getting new noses.
So Josh Diggles moves up into P6. Jamie Good is in 5. Sean Street's in 4. Matt Goodyear is in 3. Chris Knight is in 2. Dylan Platt still leading the way. Tony Foster coming out of the pits now. Cameron Wilson is 18. Thomas Cook, fighting there with Ross Milburn round turn 4. He started right at the back, remember, as did Ross Milburn, but he's dropped down 4 from 12. Adrian Rich, he's dropped down as well. Remember, he started in P8, so he's down 7 places. Phil Harris, he's going up into 14. Callum White just ahead of him in 13. They're catching up to Richard Williams now. And they're going to put Dylan setting the provisional fastest lap. Callum White getting alongside Richard Williams as they come down in turn 1. Nicely gets ahead of him there.
Jake Sorrell, Lee Pratt, Ryan Dorn next to each other. Ferrari gets behind Ryan Dorn.
Yeah, Phil Harris now has moved up as well. So Phil Harris now battling out with Callum White round turn 3. Callum just gets ahead of him.
I see pieces coming off. I don't know which guy. It's a Red Bull, I think. Right side wing end plate, is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Whoa! Contact with the round 4 with Lee Pratt there. And the Ferrari of Phil Harris now getting past his teammate. So Phil Harris gets past his teammate out of 4, round 5. He's now chasing down Callum White, who's moved up into P11. What are we looking at, Guido?
Going wide. Dropped a few places.
He has. He's dropped right back.
In the gravel.
Yeah, he's dropped right back. Battle going on here with Ross Milburn. Richard Williams goes into the pits. Phil Harris stays out on track. He's right on the tail here of Callum White. Jake Sorrell's closing in on Ryan Lear, sorry. Out of 1. Bill Harris still on the back there. Callum White getting round the Haas there of Ryan Doran. Phil Harris gets caught up there. Oh, now he's got Ryan Doran between him and Callum White. Callum made the move, good move there. Jamie Good closing in on the back of Josh Diggles now. Josh Diggles, remember, now moved up into P5, was in 6. Still ploughing his way through the field there. He's got Sean Street ahead of him. Sean Street really closing down on the back of Matt Goodyear. Josh Diggles trying to come round. He's got past. Trying to see if he can get past Sean Street here.
And so that you don't forget, we're already on lap 5. This is so extremely fast. Oh, he gets inside. Oh, he takes 2. Josh Diggles takes 2 positions.
Nicely done there. Really knew how to take that turn 3. Caught the other guys somewhat napping there, but Jamie Good battling it out now with Matt Goodyear.
Yeah, and with a lot of respect,
and Sean Street in the background there as well, just keeping an eye open. Wow, this is very close indeed. Normally we see this a little bit further back.
Oh, Jack Wilson spun! Jack Wilson spun!
He has. And that is not in a good place there.
Oh, quickly. Turn the car. Turn the car.
It's down into Rauch. He's got clear, so he can go.
Ryan Doran got a 3-second time penalty also.
Oh, no, it wasn't Rauch. That was out of turn 8, sorry. So that was out of turn 8 there. Well, at least he's okay. Don't think it's... yeah, there is damages coming into the pits. Okay, let's have a quick catch up here. Matt Goodyear battling it out with Josh Diggles, but Jamie Good's coming through as well now as they're coming out of turn 3. Sean Street is now in P6. Is he going for the long game? I think he is, because he's on those medium compound tyres. Jamie Good is on the softs. Matt Goodyear is also on the mediums. Josh Diggles and Chris Knight obviously are on the softs. But Dylan's not getting away from Chris Knight.
This is, no, he's not. He's got to work it.
He is working it. I mean, Dylan is on the mediums. Chris Knight is definitely keeping with him. Then we've got like a 5-second gap almost to Josh Diggles, who has now moved up into that P3 position. Yeah. He's got Matt Goodyear closing in down behind him, but Jamie Good is also on the back of Matt Goodyear. And Sean Street, he's the one that's come off the worst there. He's dropped down to P6, not where he wanted to be, I think.
I see Lee Pratt fighting with Cameron Widdowson. They're exchanging positions.
Yeah, well, Lee Pratt, he's got onto the hard compound tyre. Keep an eye on Lee Pratt. Early call on there, and as also has Richard Williams. So those guys will be interesting to keep an eye on. Cameron Widdowson, he's currently in P16, and he's on the medium compounds. Then we've got Thomas Cook, he's in 14 for Alfa Romeo. Ryan Doran for Haas is in 13. Adrian Rich has got starting to come back up. He's in P12. Remember, did start in P8. Ross Milburn for Racing Point is 11. Callum White has already gone up to P10. So are we seeing Callum show us the calibre of his racing? 7 laps, Guido, and he's already up to P10. That's 9 places on my reckoning. 8 places, sorry. So great run from him, certainly. He's shining at the moment.
Well, that's what we said before. He's one of those guys who can do that. And predicted a little bit that the fight's going to be in the bottom, and then all the way up through the traffic. That's just awesome to see. They're still all stuck to each other.
Yeah. Just got past Ryan Lear now into turn 1.
Second time penalty for Ryan Lear.
So that's Callum White. Phil Harris, he's up 9 as well. He's into P8. Didn't get into where he wanted to, but still, that's very respectable indeed for the Ferrari driver, isn't it?
Yeah.
So looking good there at this moment for, sorry, I'll put Lee Pratt up, it should be Phil Harris. Whoops. Phil, sorry Phil. Yeah, so Phil Harris, I thought there was something wrong. Phil Harris move up 9 places to that P8 position. Great run from him there. He's on the red soft compound tyre though, so he's going to have to come in a little bit earlier. Jake Sorrell in the Racing Point as well, suffering that penalty. Fell back, he's come back though, he's up into P7 and yeah, not where he wanted to be. Not too sure what the penalty was that he had there, but he's on the red wall tyre as well. So
Sector 2 yellow flag, Sector 2 Lee Pratt. What happened there?
He's gone out.
DNF.
Well, let's run on board with Dylan Platt. Should give us an idea of what's happened. It was into Sector 2. Looks like on the exit of Turn 4 Raunch, it has now been cleared. Yeah, so it was on the exit of Turn 4 Raunch that he went out. Clearly went into the barrier there. So Lee Pratt early DNF for us. And that's a great shame, and a great shame for Ferrari as well, because they could really do with the points, Guido.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we started out with 19 and we're still driving with 19, but just as soon as that happened, you know, it's too bad. You know, it's always the thing we have to aim for, start with a full grid and end with a full grid, but you know that's not going to be a reality.
Yeah, that is very true indeed.
Oh, Josh Diggles, slides. Oh, he's on the track. Just in front of the pit lane, pit entry. Oh, almost hit him. Oh.
Didn't catch that at all, completely missed that one. So Josh Diggles spinning out, drops down into P10 now. Oh dear, that is definitely not where he wanted to be, that's for sure. Oh, and who was that? That was the Toro Rosso, Jamie Good, went deep into turn 1, went off on the runoff area, fortunately, so he's still okay. So Tony Foster is currently in P17, Richard Williams in the Toro Rosso ahead of him, Cameron Widdowson's in 15, Thomas Cook is in 14, Ryan Doran is 13, Adrian Rich for Renault is 12, Ross Milburn for Racing Point is 11, 10 Jamie Good for Toro Rosso, Ryan Lear battling it out with Josh Diggles at this moment in time. Josh Diggles getting past him and coming down into 4. Certainly seems to like that corner there. Ryan Lear, so for Haas is in 9. Josh Diggles now moves up into P8. Callum White is in P7. Phil Harris is in P6. Sean Street is 5. Jake Sorrell for Racing Point is 4. Matt Goodyear for Mercedes is in 3. Chris Knight still in 2. And Dylan Platt still in 1. Chris Knight going deep into 1 there, losing it, went very deep there. Now he's dropped 3 seconds behind Dylan. He was 2.5 seconds, but he's lost time there. Is it starting to get to him, or are those tyres starting to go from him, Guido? I think it's those tyres.
Yeah, well, we're on lap 11. They're running so fast and so hard. They're fighting a lot, just so it could be that tires are shot. And oh, there's debris everywhere.
Yeah.
Corner.
Yeah, it is. I think those tyres are going, Guido, and that's interesting because that means all those guys on those softs are going to be coming in.
Yeah.
That's going to push Matt Goodyear up into 2. Sean Street will definitely get into 3. Callum White will definitely get up into 4. We're going to see these guys pitting, I think, in the next 1 or 2 laps, Guido. Chris Knight does elect to stay out. Jake Sorrell's coming round. He's staying out as well. Phil Harris is coming in. So is he the first man on the softs to run off? Josh Diggles is going round. So is Ryan Lear. Adrian Rich. Yeah, Phil Harris will be the first man in onto fresh tyres, and that's onto the mediums.
Could be a sensible call, actually, because
he's getting a new nose as well, so he's got damage.
Oh, he's got damage, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got damage, so I mean, that's a good call, but he's going onto the medium tyres. I think it is definitely a good call. So I'm pretty sure those guys are going to be coming in pretty soon. Let's get back to Chris Knight, just coming around turn 5.
Yeah, he's got a bit of distance now. So Dylan is taking his distance as he normally does a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's three and a half seconds. Yeah. Matt Goodyear is 8.5 seconds off the back of Chris Knight. So, I mean, you know, Chris Knight's pretty comfortable as well at this moment in time.
Yeah. I'm looking at Ross Milburn. There's he's lining up for was that Ronnie and James Good? They're fighting with each other, and he's going to be the third one who's going to look to try and take the position.
Let's see. I see she go on board with Jamie Good because he's really pushing there as they come into turn 1.
Oh, it's going to be the hairpin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already
bit of wheel bump in there.
Oh, that's good. Slippy slidey.
Yeah, definitely. But good close fight going on here at the moment.
Oh, what do you think? A little bit wide?
Yeah. The thing is, when you get into this situation, it's so easy to watch the car in front and just follow their line. You've got to be really focusing on where your turning points are and where you're looking to make the move.
Yeah, where you have the best feeling for yourself.
Good exit there, out of 8 for Ross Milburn. Can he take advantage down into 9 and into 10?
Oh, he's going to get it on the straight. DRS point. Look at that.
Oh, yes, he should have
it on the inside. Oh, defensive move.
Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done there. That's a good move there from Ross Milburn into turn 1. Pushes him up into that P8 position. That said, Ryan Lear is going to try and come back, but I think Ross has done it now. Jamie Good is in P7. Josh Diggles is up to 6 now. He's fighting his way back, isn't he? Oh, sorry, wrong one. He's fighting his way back now, isn't he?
Yeah, he was already when he spun out. After that, he went right off and just he's sliding again. His tires are done. He's got to get back in.
Yeah, definitely.
He did the donut, and then it's gonna cost you tires. Oh, he's
staying out.
Pushing. He's staying out. What's that?
I don't know what the point in that is, because that is so dangerous at this moment in time.
It is.
Because, if he gets the puncture and he's off and out and that's it.
The car shows its percentage of wear of the tires, but it isn't always representable to what you feel in the car.
Yeah.
Because one time it could be 35% and your tires are shot, and one time it could be 22% and your tires feel shot.
Yeah, but I mean, if you watch his driving style, I mean, this is hard on the tires, but he brakes very late and very hard, and he turns the car in. Very aggressive on the corners, and that is going to wear his tyres tremendously as well.
Yeah.
Well, Josh Diggles currently in that P5 position, trying to see if he can battle, but Callum White has closed down now to Jake Sorrell. Now, this is an interesting one, because look at it, he's right on his tail here. He's got every opportunity. He stays on his tail. Ride it out of 10. Oh, Jake going wide out of 10 there. Give Callum an early opportunity to get past him. Yeah, easily done. Doesn't even use his DRS. DRS now for Jake Sorrell. Going to dive down the inside. Gets it back. Callum White fighting back now. Out of 3. That's a real good drag race going down towards turn 4. Schlossgold. Oh, heavy braking there from the Red Bull. Pushing Jake Sorrell out wide there. Gets ahead. Oh, that was... I think that was...
got a fight going on with Jamie Good and Ross Milburn. Ross Milburn just took the place out of turn 2.
Yeah, Ross Milburn getting up to P6, getting past the Toro Rosso there of Jamie Good. Josh Diggles now zoning in on the back of Jake Sorrell. looks like he's going to make the move as well.
So
Jake Sorrell going defensive though.
What do you think?
I don't know. They're going a lot deeper than I expected. 16 laps.
Yeah, already.
A lot deeper than I expected.
No idea. I literally have no idea because these guys obviously ran it on. I have to see.
Now Matt Goodyear just set the provisional fastest lap on a fresh set of softs. So, okay, this is interesting. Phil Harris is still in P10. Sean Street just ahead of him. Well, not just ahead of him. 11 seconds ahead of him.
If you watch P5, they're still close. Oh, Jake Sorrell just made a mistake.
Yeah.
Got his right rear tire a little bit on the gravel.
Josh Diggles is right on his tail now.
Yeah, Ross Milburn is really going to take advantage of that. And let's see what it does in the next corner because Josh Diggles doesn't have any traction left. No, he's not going to cut it in this corner, is he?
He's looking to try and make the move as soon as he can. Jake Sorrell, though, very good on defence, got to say. Really knows how to defend his line.
Oh, yeah. And Josh Diggles lost it just a tad. And that's where you can see the other car driving off. And now he's getting back. He's got a really lower downforce.
Got a yellow flag in... Oh! Look at this!
Did he get it? Oh, on the side-by-side.
Side-by-side coming down towards Schlossgold.
He's made the move. Okay, he's made the move. Does he make it stick in the next corner?
I don't know. Jake Sorrell's going to be coming back at him. No, can't quite make
sliding,
it.
Sliding, yeah,
sliding round there. So Josh Diggles moves up into that P4 position.
Right. Phil Harris is creeping up on Matt Goodyear. P11.
And Matt Goodyear set the fastest provisional lap on those soft compound tyres.
So
the previous lap. So Phil Harris on a fresher set of, not fresh, but fresher set of medium compound tyres. I thought it was an inspired call, but I'm just amazed how deep these guys are going on these soft compound tyres. I did not expect that. Adrian Rich moves up to P7 as Jamie Good is into the pits. He's on 18 laps as well. Well, I've got to say, I'm amazed, but anyway. So, Chris Knight, 9 seconds off the back of Dylan Platt now. Callum White is 10 seconds off the back of him. Josh Diggles is starting to zone in on the back of Callum White to a degree, but he's still got Jake Sorrell riding his tail there. Jake is not letting it go at this moment in time. Oh, Josh Diggles really pushing the limits of the track there, got to say. Using the full width, certainly, but... I
thought you were going to say he's using the force.
Yeah, well, he's not using... Well, yeah, he's using some force. I think mainly on his right foot.
All right, Josh Diggles already has 3 penalties.
Yeah, I thought so, 'cause he's really pushing those limits there.
Yeah, really does.
And... Jake Sorrell is closing in on... Look at this. He's not letting him get away with it. Josh Diggles definitely under pressure here from Jake Sorrell now. No two ways about it.
Oh, what's that?
Goes onto the rough there. Trying to get the inside line. He's got dirty tyres. He's got to watch here. Oh!
There we go. That's the killer corner.
And now his teammate is in behind him.
Oh, you got to love that.
His teammate now in behind him thinking, what are you doing? So Ross Milburn letting him go somewhat there.
Oh, do you remember when you drove this track for the first time and you got to that corner?
Yeah.
It happens to everybody. You spin out. You just spin out because you...
That was, it was well held, to be fair.
Yeah, that's a good save.
It was well held. So Jake Sorrell is still 7/10 off the back of Josh Diggles. He's not going to get round to him this time round, but he's certainly going to close down to him. It'll be worthwhile keeping an eye on that one. Now, let's have a look. Richard Williams, he's still on those hard compound tyres. Phil Harris obviously came in and went on to the the mediums from the softs. We've got a few right. They're starting to pit now. So Adrian Rich out on a fresh set of softs. Sean Street out on a fresh set of mediums. Where Rich does stay ahead of Street. What about Jake Sorrell, Josh Diggles, and Chris Knight? Well, Chris Knight I thought should have come in about 10 laps ago, to be fair, Guido.
Yeah.
But I'm amazed. I mean, yeah, he's held it together, but he's been losing time, certainly, to Dylan.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he's losing, but I'd say it's probably about 5/10.
Ross is trying to make a move. He's still back. Oh, yeah, he breaks out his...
Yeah, so
teammate.
Ross Milburn.
And Jake Sorrell's going in.
Jake Sorrell's into the pits, that's why I couldn't quite... yeah, so Jake Sorrell is into the pits. So that's 20 laps, as is Josh Diggles as well. So both him and Josh Diggles are in. Chris Knight has elected to stay out. Let's see if they've got any damage repair. No. No, so it's just a straight pit stop there. And Ross Milburn is in P4 at this moment in time. So they're on to fresh set of medium compound tyres, both Josh Diggles and Jake Sorrell. Bill Harris now moves up to P6. So that's looking a little bit better for him. Remember, he went early onto those medium compound tyres. Matt Goodyear is only 3 seconds ahead of him. He's on 8 lap old softs. Going by what we could see now, he can go about another 12 laps certainly on those. Ross Milburn is in P4. P3 is Callum White. And P2 is, well, Chris Knight, but he's into the pits now after 22 laps. That will release Callum White and Ross Milburn, as we thought, well, certainly Callum White, Ross Milburn in there as well. So they'll move up into 2 and 3 respectively. Chris Knight coming out. Is he going to stay? Yes, he will hold that P4 position. And he's gone to another set of softs.
Oh.
So he's interesting. I mean, Guido, we're, well, roughly a third of the way through this race now.
And they got 23 laps.
Softs. He's going to have to go onto a different compound tyre to close. He's going to have to, I suspect he's going to be closing on the medium compound, obviously.
Yeah, probably. But he's got 23 laps on the red tyres. You got probably also 3 laps of wear on it from the queues.
Yeah.
I don't know. True. They're pushing it really far, and stop and try. I understand why it would take the faster tire, but you're gonna end up in the slow tire again. I don't know.
Well, the way I'm looking at this is if we can go, let's say 20 laps, certainly. Well, 21 laps. Feel like they can probably go 25 laps on the next stint. 22 to 25 laps. What I'm more interested in is how deep can we go on these medium compound tyres, because if they can go that, these should go at least mid-30s, or they round about that.
Yeah, mid-30s, yeah.
So mid-30s, that will take us to halfway. So I'm just interested to see, I think we're going to see these guys that are on the mediums to stay on the mediums on the next pit.
Yeah, but then they have to
go
change
on to the
tire
softs.
in the end.
Yeah, go on to the softs. For the closing 10 or 12 laps, maybe.
Or would Dylan go on the white walls?
He could go on the white walls next, yeah. I mean, that would certainly put him to the end.
And finish the race.
And finish the race, yeah. I mean, it's certainly doable. But, I mean, at this moment in time, Dylan Platt is leading the way. He's 22 seconds ahead of Callum White, his teammate. So we now have a 1-2. And what a great run. We were saying before the start of this race, you know, this was the opportunity for Callum to show what he can do. And he has done exactly that, hasn't he? Look at that. He's up into P2.
Yeah. I'm looking at P9 right now. Jimmy Good is lining up. But also Adrian is looking to make a move, because he's stuck behind Sean Street for a while, and he's creeping in, basically. Am I saying that right? Yeah, creeping in, right?
Creeping in, yeah. Well, I'm with Jamie Good and Jake Sorrell at this moment in time.
Yeah, I'll stay on Adrian and see what's going on there.
Just drop back.
Ferreira is looking to make a move. Ferreira is just making a move. Yeah, P6 he's now in, and it's going to be on the second corner. In the hairpin, does he make it? Josh Diggles is really close. And he's going to try and overtake again, the side by side. And
Phil Harris slots in behind him.
Does slot in behind him.
Lets him go ahead.
Why Josh Diggles?
Yeah, Phil Harris is like, he's playing his game. He's just letting Diggles go there. Obviously, Diggles on a fresher set of the medium compound tyres.
Are really in a fight. They're next to each other. Oh, almost Sean Street almost lost it there.
Well, Thomas Cook actually lost it coming out of 6 down towards 7 there. Went really wide onto the rough stuff. Sean Street right on his tail here.
Here we go. Back straight. Let's go. Let's see what's going to happen. Yeah, defensive move to the right.
That's it. That's your moves done, sir.
Oh, that's good move on the outside. Now you got the DRS point again. Does he have DRS?
Thomas Cook's coming back. Adrian Rich is in the mix as well.
Yeah.
Let's take his viewpoint actually. See what he can see.
Thomas Cook has got DRS. That means that Sean Street doesn't. While he was there before, he missed the activation point because at that moment in time he was in front of him probably.
Yeah.
Or behind him. Come on, Adrian. Push it.
Adrian really just holding back at this moment in time, but Sean Street pulling away there a little bit more from Thomas Cook. Still within 6/10, but he's definitely pulling away. Jamie Good on the attack.
Yeah.
On Jake Sorrell as they come down into turn 3. Nice overhead there.
Oh, yellow flag!
Oh! Dearie me!
Corner 2. Oh, and Jamie Good was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, definitely in the wrong place at the wrong time there, and that's Ryan Doran.
And that's got a safety car in, so...
Safety car is out, and that was a collision with Ryan Doran there into turn 3. As Ryan Doran had spun around. That was, that's one to mark and record, certainly. So, 21:03. So, safety car is out after that contact there. And, well, what can you say? Who's coming into the pits? Callum's coming into the pits onto a fresh set of softs, as has Ross Milburn, Matt Goodyear, Phil Harris coming into the pits as well. What's he going on to? Let's have a look. Yeah, red soft-wall tyres. Thomas Cook into the pits. Jamie Good into the pits. Jack Wilson's just come out on a fresh set of mediums. Brian Doran into the pits. Everybody's into the pits apart from Dylan Platt. Yeah, Dylan Platt's into the pits. Now, what is he going to go on to? Is he going to go on to the hard compound tyre, or is he going to go on to the red wall softs?
Oh, he's serving a penalty, isn't he?
No, he's not. No, he's not. No.
That's a code. Listen, it's a Codemasters thing.
Yeah, he's going on to the yellow. Oh no, it says reds, but I saw yellows going on.
Let me see.
I just want to see on his exit. No, he's gone to the red walls. Yes, he has.
He's going to go fast.
Yeah, he's going to go fast and then come in and go onto a set of hard compound tyres to finish the race. Okay, so he should be meeting with the safety car just as he comes up to turn 2. Should see it there. Yeah, there it is.
Why would you think he's going to go on a hard compound tyres? He can go on the yellows again.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think he's going to go. I think he's going to go about 10 or 12 laps on these. Really push it to the extreme. Come in and then get, because he needs to build that gap up. I reckon he's going to go onto the hards, close on the hards personally, but I could be
I'll write it down.
very wrong.
I'll write it down. I'm going to go for the mediums.
So Dylan Platt, our race leader, has come in as almost everyone else, I think. Apart from Ryan Lear and Tony Foster and Ryan Doran, I think they're the only ones that haven't come in. So Dylan Platt is leading the way at this moment in time. We are behind the safety car. This is lap 29 of 71. We're rapidly approaching the halfway mark. Safety car will be in on the end of lap 30, I suspect. Well, it could actually be longer. Might be lap 31. But anyway, we are on board with Dylan Platt, our current race leader. In P2 is Chris Knight in the Alfa Romeo. P3 is Callum White, and great to see him up into that P3 position. Actually, let's have a quick look here and just remind ourselves where these guys started. So as we run through this, so Callum White has started in P18, up 15 places. Great job from him, certainly at this moment in time. P4 is Ross Milburn for Racing Point. Again, he started in P12, serving a penalty during Q3 session. So did actually get into P2, but got a 10-place grid penalty. Started in 12, so he's up 8 to 4. Then we have in P5 Josh Diggles in the Rocket Williams. He's up 5, started in 10. Yeah, he's got great ability. Certainly, he needs to sort of that. While this is great, but when it's controlled, sometimes when it's not controlled, but he's doing a great race. Certainly so far, that's for sure. Then we have Jake Sorrell in the Racing Point in P6, started in P16. He's had some really good fights, especially with Josh Diggles and who else was it? Jamie Good, wasn't it? And yeah, it was. Yeah, Matt Goodyear. Sorry, Matt Goodyear.
Yeah, it was.
So really good fighting coming through there, and great driving certainly from him. Sean Street is in P7. I've got to say, a bit surprised by that. It hasn't. I was expecting Sean to do better on this one, but it hasn't quite worked to his advantage, has it?
He's been in a little bit of trouble, and he's got his car damaged, and that just takes time. So
yeah.
I think it's a bit doesn't really represent what he's doing, because he was going up fast.
Yeah, that is very true. Very true
Cameron
indeed.
Wilson collecting a 3-second time penalty under his safety car.
That's not good. Matt Goodyear
That's not good. That's
for
not good.
Mercedes. He's in
P8.
Not where he wanted to be. Down 5 places. Started in that P3 position, all looking so promising, but hasn't panned out for him so far in this race, has it, Guido?
No, it hasn't. Now I'm showing Cameron Wilson is disqualified. We had this previous races.
I'm not showing it on my board, so at this moment I think we're okay.
So I'm having a little bit of trouble looking at the time penalties, because it's now already showing that Ryan Doran's got a 5-second time penalty again.
Yeah.
And this is to be fair, could be something like Codemasters, and it's.
It could well be. Could well be.
It's just difficult to say if you see somebody disqualified. You call it but he's disqualified.
Yeah.
Everybody sees it on the screen, but it's just not there.
Yeah, not there. Still showing us racing on my one, so should be okay.
Good.
So Adrian Rich for Renault is currently in P9. Did start in P8. Then we've got Ryan Lear in the Haas. He's in P10, started in P9, so down 1 for him. Phil Harris in the Ferrari, though, up 6, not quite where he wanted to be. I think he wanted to be up a little bit further at this point. He's in P11. Then we've got Thomas Cook in the Alfa Romeo. He's in P12, up 7 places. Jamie Good for Toro Rosso. They're off again, sorry, but they're underway. So Dylan Platt now launching them off for the start of this race, or restart rather, after the safety car. And again, backed him right up and then released it as he was exiting out of 8, giving plenty of time. Chris Knight close in behind, but look at this, Callum White closing down on Chris Knight here as they're coming up to turn 2. really pushing it here. Oh, lovely overhead shot there. Can he get his nose in front? Oh, Chris Knight pushing back, but Callum got his foot down. Yes, gets into that T2 place. Callum, Chris Knight dropping down into P3. Josh Diggles can see the fight, but he's 2.6 seconds off. He's got Ross Milburn, though, closing in on him as they come round turn 4. Oh, just pushes it that little bit too much. Oh, Diggles is warping again. Yeah, definitely warping there from Diggles. We saw that on the previous race, Guido, didn't we?
Yeah, maybe it's, you know, it just starts to warp, just like the DSQs, and then it's just.
I don't know. It's just like it's some, you know, sometimes your signal's strong, and then it just seems to sort of fluctuate. So it's almost like this, the signal's fluctuating. Anyway, let's have a look at this. Ross Milburn is into the pits, as is Sean Street, so they've both come into the pits. Jake Sorrell moves up into that P5 position now. Okay, so Phil Harris is now up into P6. Matt Goodyear is 7, Adrian Rich is 8. Thomas Cook is 9, Ryan Lee is 10, so everyone's more or less proceeding. Jack Wilson picks up a 5-second penalty for ignoring the blue flag. Matt Goodyear just getting his nose ahead there. He's trying to come in. Adrian Rich. He's got Thomas Cook right in behind him. You've got Ryan Lear as well. Trying to push in there. Round turn 4. Everybody's there. Jamie Good. Adrian Rich is right alongside. Thomas Cook just gets his nose ahead. Rich drops in behind him. Then he's got Jamie Good right in behind him there as well. Ryan Lear on the back there as well. This is a real fight going on here for this midfield. P9 and 8, or 10 actually. Wow, look at this. So close in behind each other. Thomas Cook looks like he's going to try and make the move on Matt Goodyear into 1. Nicky Lauder turn there. Good running there, Matt Goodyear. He's pushing as well, he's trying to close in on Phil Harris, but look at this, Thomas Cook getting alongside Matt Goodyear. Oh, Matt got his nose ahead, stays ahead of Thomas Cook. Adrian Rich slots in behind him, and who comes off worse there? Sean Street. Sean Street. Yeah, Sean Street came off at turn 3. Car's okay, but he just ran off there. Jamie Good is in 10. And this midfield battle is really going on here. This is for P10, 9, 8.
This time.
We are on lap 34, 71. Rapidly approaching the halfway mark here of this F1 tonight, Season 2, Round 9, the Austrian Grand Prix. And what a race it's been so far, Guido. Absolutely phenomenal.
This is
Thomas Cook making the move on Matt Goodyear now. Stays ahead of him. Oh no, Matt Goodyear pushes up ahead. Side by side now as they're coming down round turn 2. Matt just slots in behind him. He's going to try and take advantage into turn 3.
Different line, different line. Oh,
doesn't quite make it. Slots in behind Thomas Cook, so Thomas Cook moves up into P7. He's going to be challenging Phil Harris, who's now challenging Jake Sorrell as they're coming out of 4. Schlossgold. Round turn 5 into 6. Rauch dropping down the hill now, getting ready up round the Worth curve into turn 8. Pedal to the metal. Look at this, Phil Harris right alongside Jake Sorrell now. Cuts into turn 9. Lovely job, beautifully done. Beautifully done, sir. Well, Jake Sorrell
slides a bit.
Yeah, power sliding round turn 10.
Is Jake Sorrell being lapped? I didn't see that.
Phil Harris now closing in on Josh Diggles. 3/10 off the back of Josh Diggles. Phil Harris now. Oh, look at this, look at this. Wheel to wheel here as they exit. Coming down to 4. Diggles just got his nose ahead at this moment in time. Into Schlossgold. And the superior grip of those red wall tyres certainly showing, but not diminishing the skill of Phil Harris there. Makes the move on Josh Diggles, moves up into P4. He's going to be zoning in on Chris Knight before long, Guido. Chris Knight coming round the final turn 10. Start his 38th lap. I've got to say, these laps are just coming down hard and fast, Guido, at this moment in time, aren't they?
Yeah, it's going really fast. And these guys are really driving and fighting very, very hard. I'm just, once again, I'm having trouble looking at, it was Jigsaw who got a blue flag warning.
Yeah.
But he can't be a lap behind, can he?
I have no idea. I'm not going to focus too much on that one. He's there. No. He's not a lap behind. He's in P6, so that's where I'm showing him. That's what I'm going with.
So I'm having a little bit of difficulty looking at what this game is saying. But having said that, it is up till now an awesome race. And look at that midfield fighting.
Yeah, Josh Diggles 5/10, 6/10 off the back. Phil Harris, but Phil Harris really showing a good turn of speed at this moment in time on those soft compound tyres. This is the other thing now, Guido, obviously. What is the strategy going to be? All changed when we saw that safety car come out. You called one safety car. I've got to say, it's looking like that at the moment.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, Callum White, 3-second time penalty. That's not what he wants. He's got Chris Knight 4 seconds off the back of him at this moment in time. So Chris Knight is currently in P3, 4.5 seconds off the back of Callum White.
Callum White's got 3 penalties. Chris Knight's got 1.
Yeah. So Callum needs to get some work done on this track at this moment in time. Dylan Platt obviously still leading, or I say obviously, it's almost like it's a foot, but you know, it's only 3 seconds ahead of his teammate, so it's as close as it has been. They're on equal tyres at this moment in time. I said I thought he was going to push it and then go on to the hard compound tyre to close this race. He's got potentially at least another 11 laps left on that. That would take him up then to lap 50. So
another run of
softs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I know Dylan loves the hard compound tyre, but at this moment in time, he's not going to gain anything by going onto a hard compound tyre. Plus, he's got everyone else far too close in behind him as well. He hasn't got the gap to make it work for him at this moment. So I think he's going to go back out on the softs, and I think Callum White will as well. Chris Knight, though, 5.6 seconds behind. He's on 16-lap-old softs. Then we've got Phil Harris. I'm wondering if Phil Harris could actually close in on Chris Knight before they come into pit. Josh Diggles, he's on 17 laps. So we reckon he can probably go to mid-30. So he's probably got about another, say, 17 laps left on those. So he's going to finish on the reds. This is going to be very tight, Guido, right up until the end, I think.
I hope so. And, we lost one Ferrari, but we're still, with 18 drivers, we're still here.
Whoa, Jamie Good. Going very wide, nearly spinning the car out of 10. Sorry, just caught that. Not Jamie Good. That was his teammate, Richard Williams. Yeah, that was Richard Williams. It was actually with Jamie Good. It's Richard Williams out of 1. Nearly spun the car around there. He's got Cameron Widdowson making the move on him for that P14 place into turn 3. Richard's going to try and come back at him.
Josh Diggles making a move.
Just one with Richard Williams at the moment. Richard Williams gets the place back. Josh Diggles fighting it out with Thomas Cook at this moment in time. Just gets his nose in ahead of Took as they're coming out of 7 into 8. But Thomas Cook is right on his tail. Diggles trying to zone in on Sorrell. Now Thomas Cook looking to make the move.
Jack Wilson went a bit wide. He got the place of Brian Doran.
Josh Diggles slots in behind Thomas Cook. He's going to go on the attack though, into 3. Thomas Cook trying to defend his line there. Jake Sorrell just ahead of them. I'm sure he's keeping a keen eye on his rear view mirror there at this moment in time. Oh! Chris Knight. Oh, Jake Sorrell. Oh, dearie me.
Something happened there. Thomas Cook and Josh Diggles.
Yeah.
They both went off the track. I didn't quite catch that.
Yeah, it was Thomas Cook tried to dive down the left-hand side of turn 4, which was a bit weird. And obviously Diggles just sort of pushed him out there. Yeah, I mean, that was down, you know, just took the wrong side, I think. Josh Diggles moves up into 6. Jake Sorrell is in 5, so Diggles is going to be closing in on the back of Sorrell now. Thomas Cook still staying in there. A real fight going on for P6 and P5 at this moment in time, that's for sure. Thomas Cook going very wide out of 2, gets ahead of Josh Diggles.
Well, they got a difference in tyres.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's got to be
Thomas
it.
Cook has got a faster tyre.
Yeah, that's got to be it, because he just sort of slotted out and passed him. Now he's zoning in on Jake Sorrell.
Oh, a nice defensive move on the inside.
Josh Diggles right in the action there as well. He's now coming back at Thomas Cook. Gets past him round 6. Stays ahead of him up round 7. Whoa!
Ooh, slidey.
Bit of a wobble there from Diggles. But Thomas Cook straight in there as well, though. He's not messing about.
I have to say Thomas Cook's tyres are 14 laps old. Because Diggles has got the upper hand, 20 lap old mediums, I think, because they can be stretched a lot further. And these
Diggles is now on the attack on Sorrell. Really closing in behind. This is where Thomas Cook ran out last time. He's trying to take the inside again. Oh, look at this now. Josh Diggles. Oh, yes. Getting through there. I'm coming through one way or another. And Thomas Cook takes full advantage, gets ahead as well. So now Jake Sorrell is behind Thomas Cook and Josh Diggles. Oh, contact there.
Contact. Yeah, nice. That's good driving.
Thomas Cook now gets ahead of Josh Diggles. Josh Diggles trying to come back at him. Oh, this is so close here. Unbelievable. Thomas Cook, though, is pulling away. Diggles going to try and see if... Oh, Jake Sorrell just trying to see if he can get past him now.
That was a bit of a dive there.
Jake Sorrell's coming through. Oh, bit of wheel bump. And again.
Bumping. Oh, I saw something come off.
Yeah, that's damage on Diggles' car there. I think he's got damage. I think he's lost an end plate. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't got damage.
Well, maybe it was rubber flying then. Oh, Jamie Good got a bit wide.
So Jake Sorrell's not got any damage either. Jamie Good now closing in on his teammate Richard Williams. He's actually out of place. He's currently in P14, so he will get blue flagged. Josh Diggles dropped down to 7. After all that work he did, and then drops behind. So P7 for Josh Diggles at this moment in time. He's got to fight all over again. 6 is Jake Sorrell for Racing Point. 5 is Thomas Cook for Alfa Romeo. Phil Harris is in P4. Chris Knight for Alfa Romeo is 3. But leading the way, Callum White is in 2 for Red Bull, and Dylan Platt for Red Bull is in P1. He's still only 6 seconds, or Callum White's still only 6 seconds off the back of him, so he's still keeping it nice and tight on there, isn't he?
Yeah. Could you check P12?
Yeah.
Fight going on between Ross Milburn and Sean Street, and he makes the move, but as you make it stick, it's turn 2 again. Don't push the throttle. Oh, no!
Sean Street gets back ahead of him.
He gets wide.
Yeah, Sean Street gets back ahead of him, and Sean Street going past his teammate as well there now.
There's blue flag.
Yeah. But Ross Milburn in tight behind the Sean Street at this moment in time.
Josh Diggles, Tony Cook, and Jake Sorrell are at it again. Ooh, on the outside. Oh, they don't make contact.
Well, that was pretty amazing.
That was good. Now the next corner, here we go. Oh! That was a little bit late braking.
Yeah, that was definitely a late braking situation there from Thomas Cook. I mean, he got ahead.
Yeah, they're really looking after each other there. They know where they are.
Oh yeah.
And you can see that here. They just don't hit. They're with 3 cars side by side, and they don't hit. That's good. – 18 cars remaining. Oh, Jake Sorrell goes in.
Yeah, Jake Sorrell is into the pits. So that's off 24 laps. Thomas Cook stays out. Chris Knight. So Josh Diggles now moves up into P4. Sector 2.
Yellow flag.
Can't see where that is unless it's into turn 3. No, it's cleared. So Dylan Platt leads the way at this moment in time. He is in that P1 position. In P2 is his teammate Callum White. In P3 now is Phil Harris for Ferrari. Great run from Phil. Remember, he started right at the back there. So Phil Harris is now in P3. Josh Diggles for Rocket Williams still fighting it out at this moment in time. He is currently in P4, but Thomas Cook is going to try and spoil his day on that one. He's just behind him at this moment in time in that P5 position. Jamie Good has now moved up into P6. So he's got past the P7 there of Chris Knight in the Alfa Romeo. And Matt Goodyear in the Mercedes, he's in P8 at this moment in time. He's a couple of seconds off the back of Chris Knight, but he's got Ryan Lear in the Haas zoning in on the back of him at this moment in time. So hopefully, Ryan looking to make the move. As they're coming down into turn 1. Does he make it stick? Oh, and again on the exit, side by side there with the Mercedes of Matt Goodyear. Oh, coming down up into turn 3 now. Matt Goodyear just gets his nose ahead.
Ooh.
Yeah, gets his nose ahead there. Richard Williams moving aside, let these guys through. I think Ryan's going to try and come back at him into turn 4 if he can. I think Goodyear's got the run on that. So Ryan Lear is in P8. P7 now is Matt Goodyear in that Mercedes. 9 is Jake Sorrell in the Racing Point. He's going to be a little bit, I think, disappointed with that at this moment in time. 10, Thomas Cook. 11 is Ross Milburn in the Racing Point. It's a shame because Racing Point were looking so strong, weren't they, at the beginning of this race? But, you know, P9 and P11 at this moment in time, not ideal situation for, although Ross is trying to close in on the back of Thomas Cook in P10. Adrian Rich is in P12, down 4 places, started in 8 for Renault. Sean Street. And again, you know, I was predicting Sean Street for the win here. I was really hoping for him, but it's just not gone his way. He's on those hard compound tyres. But with that safety car, I don't think that was the right choice to go onto because it hasn't helped him. He hasn't got the speed, has he?
No, he hasn't. But then again, let's see what happens if you get another tyre change. Because no, it's not gonna. Oh, a retirement! Jamie Good retired. It was on the last corner. VSC. No, I see. Or could be in the. Yeah, but it could have been in the pit entry as well. So it's either the last corner or it is pit entry where he lost it. Yeah, VSC is gone. We're back to racing speed. Yeah, well, take it on the chin and let's go. Connect for the next one. No, he hasn't. He really hasn't. Callum White and Ferreira are coming into the pits. So they're going to probably change positions, will they? Yeah, Josh Diggles jumped to third position. Oh, well, there you go. Last season was, I think it was a wet race, or it shifted in weather, and they lost half the field. Then, so 14 drivers started and 7 drivers finished. Are you muted?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We'll just start again, shall I?
I was just looking at the the people
let's
reacting.
Wow, it's okay. You won't really listen to anything interesting.
F1 tonight,
This is F1 Tonight UK Season 2 Round 9, the Austrian Grand Prix. We are 3/4 of the way through this race. Lap 53 of 71, 18 laps remaining. Dylan Platt, our race leader, with the fastest lap so far, 1:07.00 as we joined him there. He is leading the way. In second place is his teammate at this moment in time, Callum White, but that could be under, well, let's say pressure from third place, Josh Diggles. I don't know, penalties I think would well come into play, and we might see a change over there, but Josh Diggles and Rocket Williams is currently in P3. Yeah. Chris Knight for Alfa Romeo is in P4. Phil Harris for Ferrari is in P5. What a great return there from Phil Harris considering where he was. Thomas Cook is in P6. Jake Sorrell is in P7. P8 we have Ryan Lear in the Haas. P9 we have Sean Street in the McLaren. In P10 we have Matt Goodyear in the Mercedes. P11 is Ross Milburn in the Racing Point. And P12 is Adrian Rich, down 4 places unfortunately for him. Jack Wilson in the... Excuse me while I cough and try and find where Jack Wilson is. Where is he? In the Renault. Sorry, Jack. Jack Wilson in the Renault there is in P13. Cameron Wilson in the Rocket Williams is in 14. 15 is Richard Williams in the Toro Rosso. 16 is Ryan Doran in the Haas. And as we said, Tony Foster in the McLaren, bringing out the rear at this moment in time in P17. 2 DNFs, Jamie Good for Toro Rosso, Lee Pratt earlier on for Ferrari. That was lap 4. As I say, lap 55, 71, 16 laps remaining. Guido, I think it's pretty safe to say that Dylan's going to go to the end on these. At the moment, he's 16 seconds nearly ahead of his teammate. But Josh Diggles and Callum White, 7.8 seconds is the gap. But look at this.
Don't worry.
The fight that's going on at the moment for P3, 4 is pretty intense with Chris Knight and Phil Harris in the mix there, as we can see.
Yeah, but I think Josh Diggles will slide down the menu a bit because he's got 6 penalties already.
And he's on 33 lap old medium compound. Oh, contact! That was contact. I think that was with the Ferrari of Phil Harris.
Yeah, Chris Knight with Phil Harris. He bumped him aside. Now I couldn't see if Chris Knight was in front of him. It looked like it.
Yeah,
but
he's lost his end plate. It's not insurmountable. He's lost his front left end plate, Phil Harris. So I reckon he can probably deal with that. But Phil Harris looking to try and make the move if he can on Chris Knight. Chris Knight equally trying to see if he can make the move on Josh Diggles, and these guys have been battling throughout. I mean, this really has been a battle throughout.
Slides a bit.
Does a bit. But Phil Harris staying off him at this moment in time. And Chris Knight just weaving, trying to put Josh Diggles off, trying to see if he can create an opening to actually go through there, isn't he?
Yeah, they're on different lines. Oh, brakes a little bit late. He's a late breaker, Chris Knight. He did that before. Looks like he's dive bombing a little bit, but he's going
he's
again
got him into
in the inside.
9, trying to get the move.
Holds off. Now he's got DRS.
Yeah. Should be straightforward into turn 1.
Inside.
Yeah. So.
Are they going to switch places? And
well, I think Josh Diggles is going to try and come back again at him. And he already is. Look at this side by side, getting ahead. Chris Knight got the better line effectively into 3, but Josh Diggles really pushing, slots in behind him. Trying to push out now, again down towards 4. Phil Harris sitting in the background, keeping an eye on things.
Chris Knight goes wide a bit.
Goes deep.
It's on the ground.
Chris Knight goes deep. Side by side now as they're coming round 5 into 6. Dropping down now towards Worth Curve. As they pull uphill. Williams gets ahead. Diggles ahead. Chris Knight slots in.
Into the attack.
Phil Harris, though, he's looking to try and get a move in.
He's patiently waiting. He thinks let those guys fight. It's going to go the other way, and then he's there to take the position.
Diggles now pulling out. He's going to try and see if he can make the move stick into turn 1. Chris Knight slotting in behind him. But that's what we're going to see now. But now this is an opportunity for Phil Harris, I think. Yeah, this is an opportunity for Phil Harris. Try and get his nose in there. Does get in there. Don't you get ahead of Tom? Oh, rides the bump there round the right. But he does get in between, gets ahead of Chris Knight. Good move there from Phil Harris.
He gets in the inside. They don't hit. They don't hit. Good. Nice bit of driving there.
Yeah.
Makes it stick.
Diggle slots in behind him now. Chris Knight in behind him. So Phil Harris moves up into P3. We've only got 12 laps remaining. This is going to be quick indeed. Phil Harris now. He's still got Josh Diggles in behind him, but Diggles got Chris Knight in behind him. This is the only battle that's going on at the moment, and they are still pushing. But I think penalties are going to come into play, you know, between these two guys, Guido.
Definitely. Josh Diggles got 6 penalties.
But you know, again, Josh Diggles, he can't stay out on those mediums. He's on 37 lap old mediums. We've got 12 laps remaining. Well, 11 laps, let's say. That's going to push him near the 50 mark. He can't stay out on those mediums for that long. And if he does, that's a major risk he's playing there.
That's a risk. You're going to get a blowout.
Certainly a tough one, that's for sure. But they're still battling it out. Chris Knight still trying to push back. Josh Diggles is falling behind Phil Harris now. Phil Harris just got past Tony Foster. Tony Foster obviously back of the field. He'll be blue flag to let Diggles through. Chris Knight keeping an eye, seeing which way Diggles will go. Yeah, Tony Foster moving over there. Then past. They drop down into Schlossgall, turn 4. That is not a smooth turn for Chris Knight. He does not like that turn 4, I think. Really doesn't get on too well with it. Diggles, 1.6 seconds now off the back of Phil Harris. Phil Harris just under 15 seconds behind Callum White. Callum White, 11.5 seconds off the back of Dylan Platt. Just got past, I think that was that Adrian Rich? Yeah, it was Adrian Rich in P12 at this moment in time. Guido, 10 laps remaining. I think it's pretty safe to say that we're looking at the top 3 as they stand, because Josh Diggles isn't going to be able to close down, and Chris Knight just gets past Josh Diggles again.
And they're going to keep changing position till the end of the race. Well,
my only concern there is that Diggles is going to push it too hard.
Yeah.
He's going to have a blowout, and he could cause an incident with somebody else. He's going onto the rough there. That's my concern. It's not so much that he's going to push himself out, but it's the potential that he might get somebody else as well. Because, okay, it's great to see good, hard, close driving, but he's going to have to pit at some point.
It looks like he's letting up. I think he's going to pit now. No, he's not.
No, he's not. He's staying out. And he's losing time already. Almost a second already lost to Chris Knight.
39.
I mean, he would drop down the field quite a bit, to be fair. He'd probably drop down to P10, but it's a big risk. Yes. It's a big risk. Third, he's just got another 3-second time penalty there out of Nicky Lauda curve, turn 1.
That's what you get when you push that hard and forget about the limit, the track limits.
Jake Sorrell, Thomas Cook closing in on the back of Jake Sorrell. Getting past him. So Thomas Cook now, nearly getting past him. Very tight round the Schlossgold there, but gets ahead of Jake Sorrell. So Thomas Cook is going to be, looks like he's going to be zoning in on the back of Josh Diggles pretty soon as well, actually. Closely followed by Jake Sorrell. So Diggles now over a second behind Chris Knight. Chris Knight closing down on Phil Harris. Can he challenge him for that P3 position? What do you think, Guido? We've got 8 laps remaining. Can Chris Knight challenge Phil Harris? It's going to be tight, isn't it?
It's a little bit. I don't. It should not be. It's a little bit far out. Sector 3 is a yellow flag. What's going on here? Oh yeah, it's Ross Milburn,
pit entrance.
Pit entry.
Pit entry. He's okay though. He's going into the pits. So Ross Milburn into the pits.
It is a wicked entry because if you go in there, you can have your own little race and you can go really fast into the pit entry there.
So let's run through the runners and riders in reverse order as they stand at this moment in time. 2 DNFs. Lee Pratt went out on lap 4 for Ferrari. Jamie Good for Toro Rosso went out on lap 20. In P17 we have Tony Foster for McLaren. Finished 6th last year, did qualify 12th, but this has not been his race this evening, not even in the points unfortunately for him. So P17 for Tony Foster. Ryan Doran for Haas. Again, Ryan, not the race he was looking for, I think. He will be in P16 and again finishing on no points. Richard Williams for Toro Rosso, new driver, rookie driver to season 2. I think this is going to be a race that he's going to be very glad to forget. Then we have Cameron Widdowson in the Rocket Williams. He's in P14. Again, you know, not quite unsure what he was looking for. It was a shame because he certainly put in some good early on work, but he's in P14. In P13 is the Renault of Jack Wilson, and again showing some great promise, but it's just not panned out for him either. So Jack Wilson P13. Ross Milburn for Rocket Williams, he's in P13. Adrian Rich for Renault, just out of the points, P11, did qualify P8. So as I say, Renault not really delivered what they were hoping to deliver here. I know he's put in a lot of practice, very fast on this track, knows it very well, but just not worked out. So Adrian Rich is in P11. Just in the points, Sean Street. Again, I actually picked him for the win here, so a bit surprising to see him in P10. So Sean Street, at least he's picking up 1 championship point. Matt Goodyear for Mercedes, P9, put in some really early work here. And let's now start to have a look at where excuse me, where these guys were and where they started. So let's have a look there. So Matt Goodyear, he's dropped 6, started in P3, looking so promising on the qualifying there, but just didn't work out for him. Ryan Lear in the Haas. Yeah, he's okay. He started P9, finished 8. It's improved, so you know, could be better, but he's not going to complain about that, picking up championship points there as well. Jake Svarrell for Racing Points, started in P16, up 9 places to 7. I'm sure he's going to be happy with that, and at least in the points there. Thomas Cook for Alfa Romeo. Well, what a great run from him. Started right at the back of the grid. P19, moves up to P6. But moving up 13 places there. I think he's accrued a few points, but yeah, certainly a good run from him there. Josh Diggles in the Rocket Williams, currently sitting P5, although I suspect, I don't know, he's got Thomas Cook 3 seconds behind him. I just can't, well, I think he's going to try and push those tyres to the end. I just hope it doesn't all go horribly wrong for him.
Could be. Could be.
Yeah, hopefully not. He's currently in P5. Chris Knight for Alfa Romeo is in P4. He got past Diggles, obviously moving up to that position. Looking to close in on Phil Harris. He was 2.2 seconds, so he's gaining on him. And there are
I have to say,
potentially enough laps left.
Penalties.
Yeah.
And Phil has got 1.
Oh, wow. So Phil Harris only got 1 penalty there. Phil Harris for Ferrari, again, suffering penalties for not presenting his clip, starting at the back of the grid. started in P17, moved up 14 places into that P3 position. A great run from him, it has to be said, Guido, doesn't it? I mean, really good run for him.
Awesome run, yeah.
It'd be nice. Now what I want to see is him actually qualify up the front of the grid rather than suffering a penalty and starting at the back, so we can see, really make a good comparison on that.
Well,
so
don't just upload those clips and don't start at the back.
So that's Phil Harris in P3. In P2 is Callum White for Red Bull. What a great race. We were talking earlier, we actually featured the Red Bull team this evening. We were saying Callum White, you know, such a promising driver in season 1, really delivered some great races. This season 2 wasn't working out for him, but look at what he's delivered here this evening, Guido. Absolutely phenomenal.
It's just, for Red Bull, this is an awesome achievement. This is a total lockdown. P1, P2.
Yeah. Absolutely solid gold there. And yeah, I mean, you should be very, very impressed with that. So Callum White is in P2, moves up 16 places, started in P18, lest we forget. Tyres, let's have a quick look on here. 46 laps for Josh Diggles at this moment in time. We've got 3 laps remaining. He's going all the way. It will be 50 laps. Let's just see what happens, basically. If anyone's going to get away with it, he probably will, though, I've got to say.
Ross Milburn was in the pits already. What did he do? He serve a time penalty?
I think that might have been a penalty he's serving. There's been no tyre change. Matt Goodyear picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. So we could see some chopping and changing because the guys are quite close.
At P15. It's close again on the back of Cameron Widdowson.
Yeah, Ryan Doran looking to make the move for 14.
He does make a move, make it stick. No, doesn't make it stick. Oh, wide.
Does get ahead of him.
Yeah, he does get a penalty for it, but is an illegal overtake then. He is giving back the situation.
Yeah, Cameron Widdowson is coming back at him. Cameron Widdowson coming back at him now. Round 6, down 6 towards the turn 7, the Worth curve. Uphill now, round 8. They're still pushing. That's great to see, though, Guido, isn't it? I mean, you know, these guys not in the points. They're fighting for 14th place. No points of glory there, but they are fighting for it.
Oh, you know, the glory is that you make it to the end of the line, and only for yourself. It's just awesome to get into fights.
Yeah.
Because that's what you would like. You can drive in circles all the time, but trying to get the fights, trying to get your position. This is what it's about, I think.
And is that Dylan Platt getting in the mix there?
Yeah.
Is that Dylan Platt, our race leader, getting in the mix there?
That's why the blue flags are showing.
Yeah. So Dylan Platt
have to get out of the way. Oh, what is he doing?
He's going wide.
That was a bit insecure.
Yeah, he's definitely going wide. So Dylan Platt gets out ahead of him, and what a lovely lead, actually, into our race leader, just about to start his final lap. Dylan Platt led all the way. Very tight fight, certainly, with Thomas Cook right at the early stages of this race. And the Alfa Romeo drivers, I think, can be very proud for P4 and P6 there. Chris Knight as well, putting in some great fighting. But Dylan Platt starting lap 71 of this round 9. And he's just
already in the pits.
He's just going to pick
again.
Ralph Smilburn is in the pits again. Yeah, must be another penalty. He's gone 27 lap old mediums now.
Drive through.
Don't know.
So he changed tyres because he had 17 more laps.
Yeah, that's 27.
Yeah.
So Dylan Platt coming down towards Schlossgold for the final time, turn 4, leading the way here. Absolutely phenomenal race from start to finish. Round 9, I mean, he's leading the championship as it stands, but Phil Harris picking up those 3 points is certainly going to help him, and it is going to put Phil Harris back, I think, into that P2 position, because Sean Street is only going to pick up a point. Yeah, so Phil Harris will reassume P2 at the end of this race.
This is going to be massive for Red Bull, the Constructors title.
Oh, yeah, but major for Phil Harris as well, because he will get up into that P2 position.
Yeah.
So Dylan Platt comes across the line, finishing in P1. His teammate, Callum White, coming down now, round turn 10, into the start-finish, will pick up P2 and P3, Phil Harris, currently coming round. He crosses the line, takes that P3 position. What a great race, though. And,
sector 2, Matt Goodyear spun out. And look at Josh Diggles, how much he drops down.
Oh my goodness.
P7, P8.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what happens when you accumulate so many penalty points. Yeah, it's awesome to drive very aggressive, but.
Wow, because he was in P4, wasn't he? Or P5?
Yeah, it was.
So he's dropped 4 places.
Having said that, it was an awesome race. It was good to watch.
Yeah, it was.
Action.
It was a great race to see. Let's just confirm there. So Dylan Platt takes the win, the podium. Callum White, his teammate for Red Bull, takes second. And Phil Harris for Ferrari takes third. All 3 drivers, I've got to say, absolutely amazing race. Phil Harris, fantastic race coming from the back there. But equally, Callum White, and I've got to say, Guido, I think we were agreed on there, Callum White for driver of the day.
Yeah, totally. Awesome run, awesome drive, and just hung in there, and it's well-deserved, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely, couldn't agree more. So there you have confirmation. Dylan Platt takes the win. Second, Callum White. Phil Harris, 3. 4, Chris Knight. 5, Thomas Cook. 6, Ryan Lear. 7, Jake Sorrell. 8, Josh Diggles, 8. 9, Sean Street. 10, Matt Goodyear. 11, Adrian Rich. 12, Jack Wilson. 13, Richard Williams. Ross Milburn, 14. 15 was Ryan Doran. 16 was Cameron Widdowson. 17 was Tony Foster. And 18 DNFing was Jamie Good, and Lee Pratt also DNFing at the end of that race. Guido, that was an absolutely phenomenal race, got to say. Really enjoyed that. This Thursday, we will be back here at the Red Bull Ring for F1 Tonight and Netherlands. And that will be broadcast this Thursday, 7:30 UK time, 8:30 Central European time. And your commentators on Thursday will be Dan Huzzah! And Adrian Stats Rich. Next Tuesday, we will be back for the British Grand Prix at Silverstone, Guido.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
No. We're going to Britain.
We are.
Blimey.
We're going to Britain. Cups of tea, lovely cream cakes, cream cheese is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
I have to practice then for my English.
Okay, so we're going to say goodnight, everyone. We'll see you next week. Same time, a different place. We'll be at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix for F1 Tonight UK round 10. We'll see you next week. So from me, it's a good night, everybody.
And from me, good night. See you later.
Good night, everyone. Take care. Be safe.